Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I want to talk about an in-person autograph signing from years ago, but it was a very cool experience. I want to share that with you today. And have you seen the new Shazam trailer? Are you interested in that movie? Does it motivate you to go see the movie? I thought it was very cool, very awesome, and I appreciate the fact that it wasn't heavily CGI'd, and it looks like it was shot in a natural environment outside in the open, things like that. And it looks like it's gonna be a fun movie. And I don't think I've seen a superhero movie in the theater. I can't remember if I've even seen any of the Marvel movies. Well, I went to Spider-Man, but that's years ago. I know I've seen one or two maybe, but I can't honestly put my finger on which one I've seen in the theater. But definitely will probably go see Shazam because it looks really fun. And I was looking at the trailer, and I'm thinking, hey, that's Zachary Levi as Shazam. And I remember I got his autograph way back, probably a couple years ago. He was on Broadway. So this is why I collect autographs, or at least one of the reasons. You never know who's going to be big in your collection, and it's kind of cool to have a connection to that person. And yeah, it's a cool thing. So yeah, Zachary Levi as Shazam, right there. I don't know if I'm going to frame this. I'm kind of painting myself into a corner with these frames. I've got 5 or 6 that I still have to hang up, and I don't know where I'm going to put them. This is a very small room I have, and there's 2 windows behind the phone here that take up a lot of space. So I don't know if I'm going to keep framing, but I will definitely highlight actors, actresses, and shows and movies that they've been in and show their connection. I will do that. So my in-person autograph experience, as many of you would know, the Blues Brothers, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, good friends up until Mr. Belushi's death. And a lot of you may not know that Dan Aykroyd and Jim Belushi were friends, and I didn't know this until this. Actually, I saw this advertised, I think, in the local paper or a magazine in the area. Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd were in a musical group together called Belushi Aykroyd. It wasn't very creative, but they were on a tour, and they did in-store performances and autograph signings. This one that I saw in person was at a Tower Records. Does anybody remember Tower Records anymore? Back Virgin, Megastar, whatever, Media Play, things like that. And they performed 3 or 4 or 5 songs, and it was funny to me. I mean, it wasn't funny to them at the time, but there was a power outage, or they tripped the breaker or whatever during the performance, so everything comes to a dead stop. They're performing. Jim Belushi was very upset. I don't have video, but I do have pictures. And since I have no editing skills, I'm going to show you pictures on my tablet. Here's one where they're getting down and funky. And the music is pretty good. It's I would describe it as like a good road trip CD or album to play. You can kind of see them right there. Sorry for the delay. And here they are after the performance. You can kind of see them there signing. You would buy the CD and they would sign the cover or the sleeve or whatever. I bought 2 of them, and there's one. They signed there. This one got a little smudged right there. So just what happens sometimes in real life. But yeah, the album was Have Love Will Travel. Like I said, it's a good road trip music. If you and some buddies are hanging out and want to go on a road trip, this would be something to play. And these autographs are a little bit better. One's in silver, one's in gold, not smudged. But yeah, that was very cool. And I can't find the newspaper clip right now. I know I have it scanned somewhere, and it's somewhere on my computer. But the local newspaper was there taking pictures, and it was in the newspaper. And I took my kids at the time. This was 2003, So my kids were very young, and my daughter was up in the front row, and she's in the picture with them up on stage. She's like jumping around, dancing, and things like that. And if I find it, I'll share with you guys later on another video. So yeah, that's it. I got looking forward to the Shazam movie. I think it's very cool that I had Mr. Zachary Levi's autograph and my in-person autograph of Jim Belushi and Dan Aykroyd right there, and a little story to go along with it. And does anybody remember the Shazam TV show back in the 70s? I was pre-10 years old, right around 10 years old. I remember that show, Saturday morning cartoons, and this was the live action Shazam, where Billy Batson would travel around the country with an old man in an RV. Seems kind of creepy now, but back then it was innocent to at least me. And do you remember the Shazam ISIS Power Hour? And all the live action shows back from the 70s. I might actually talk about that later on in another video. Do a little reminiscing and talking about Saturday morning cartoons, which aren't a thing anymore, but they were a thing for a long time for a lot of people my age, give or take a few years. So yeah, that's it. Shazam, Zachary Levi, Jim Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, and the in-person autograph experience I had with them. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Come back. I'll have something else to show very soon. I'm trying to do this on a daily basis. I don't know if I'm going to say that it's a daily thing, but I'm trying to get to that point. And it's kind of a fun thing to do. It's a cool hobby to hobby, I guess, to highlight these autographs and show you guys. So thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out, thanks for wasting a few minutes of your time with me, and I will see you soon. Later.